So this is the start of our summer 2025 European tour. Wendy's used TravelBoast just to illustrate our route from Glasgow all the way to the Channel Tunnel, and then over or through the tunnel. We're stopping at Merlimont plage as an overnight, and then we've got a number of overnight stops as we drive pretty much centrally through the south of France, and then cross the border into Spain. We will stop at Carcassonne for a couple of nights, but ultimately we're going to Lloret de Mar. Our first overnight park up is at Norton Keynes, so the service is just off the M6 toll. We're completely self-sufficient in the van, so it's just a quick overnight stop. It was perfectly comfortable and it suited us fine. This is just how we look as it started to get dark. As I was walking our dog, I saw this stag just by the side of the road. It wasn't bothered at all by the traffic. Quality's not so good because I've just zoomed in on the iPhone. We arrived early at the tunnel. We always give ourselves a bit of time just because of the pet check, and also should we experience any delays on the road, but they were great at putting us on an earlier train, and we were over in no time, and back out and into France. We do have our obligatory stop at Carrefour, the City de Europe. So we park up in a car park for a bit of time. I walk the dog about and keep her entertained. Wendy goes in and stocks up and whatever it is we need before we head off further south. And we drove to Merlimont plage, aire, for the first overnight stop. It actually was a nice aire, and the town was only maybe 5-10 minutes walk from the aire. The only thing about this here is, firstly, it was really busy, and secondly, the pitches are not well marked and people are parked all over the place. We did need to reverse really close to a van in order to be able to fit in and not obstruct anybody. That would not have been necessary if people hadn't left their trailers in silly places and stuff like that. But it was a nice air.
Welcome to McNaughts on Tour.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Wendy, and this is the start of our summer 2025 holiday vlog. Yesterday we left Glasgow and headed towards Birmingham, where we had an overnight stop, and today is the first proper day of our holiday as we've stopped at Merlimont plage in the camping car area in France.
So this is Merlimont plage from the beach. It's an absolutely massive beach. The central section doesn't allow dogs, but the far section does. So it was nice to be able to walk to that area and let Lola get a run around. Hello Lola! Hello! Where are you? Where are you, Wendy?
On the beach.
Whereabouts?
Merlimont plage. What? Oh God.
Oh, she's a wee in, look. And this is a wee bit of the town. Merlimont plage from the church central, and was just the usual shops and bars and restaurants and stuff. This is the beach very near the air, like a few minutes walk just over the dunes. So this was just at sunset. I'm taking Lola for a walk, but it was absolutely beautiful. She was just running about, having a rare old time, tying herself out. Come on. The next morning when I walked the dog just before we set off further south, the weather was completely different. You can see over the dunes it was really pretty misty and foggy. It wasn't cold, but the weather was completely different. It may well have changed after we left, but we'll never know. We hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and you will see the other content as we drive from Merlimont plage all the way south through France and into Spain till Lloret de Mar.